Hello friends, you can just have a look at these roses. These are the roses which I purchased today for my garden. I don't buy roses mostly, but this time the colors were so beautiful, so I thought of buying the roses. Normally when we are going to buy the roses, we shouldn't simply buy the roses for the sake of buying it. We should always make sure that the plants what we are buying are healthier, and what we have to see at the time of buying the roses that we will discuss in this video. So when we are going to buy the roses, the foremost we have to see whether the colors what we like that are available. Simply don't buy because we are just want to add the collection in our garden. And we are going to buy the roses, that time you see first the leaves of the roses, whether the leaves are healthy. There are no leaves are not like pest infected, or the leaves are not turned yellow. One or two leaves will do, but if there are many leaves which have turned yellow, then don't buy those roses. You can see here, when we buy, you have to check the grafted part of the roses. If it is the roses parts, it has been dried up, it's better not to buy it, because this dieback will go downwards, and this will affect your rose, and the chances that the plants will die of this rose plant. So avoid buying the roses where the grafted part has been dried. You can see for this plant, when I've chosen this plant, this is like green. So this plant will survive when you replant it on your pot. So after buying this roses from the nursery, ensure that you keep it at least 1 or 2 days in your garden, or don't plant it immediately. And when you try to remove this nursery bag, try to plant it up to this level. Don't plant up to the neck of this grafted plant. When you are going to plant it from this nursery bag on the ground or in the pot, please ensure that this when you're planting it, don't plant it up to the place over here where it has been grafted, but half from here, half of the place, leave up some space between the grafted and the this stem, and plant it accordingly in the pot. And try to remove this sticky mud from this pot and mix it with a different soil which are rich in compost. And when you are going to buy the roses, see that it is not overblown like this. You can see. So the moment it comes to your place, it gets faded away, or the petals fades off and falls off on the ground. So buy the these roses where there is a bird or the it's not fully bloomed. At least you can make out the what color it will be. You can see this color. And after planting it, spray with the insecticide on your plants with a moderate. And these roses has to be planted in the direct sunlight. They require maximum 7 to 8 hours of the sunlight. In the sunlight it grows well and also develop a lot of roses for the plants. If there is insufficient sunlight, then the chances are there that the plant will not do well and it will not give flowers. So there are different roses that are available. Once you know how to take care of the plants and start blooming it, then you will also develop interest in the rose plants and will start growing more. The main problem with the roses is like the pest. So in order to avoid total pest infection for your plants, see over here, so spray the neem spray or liquid spray on your roses at a time when you notice any pest on your plant or the mealybugs. Use the soapy water on your roses, or wipe it with a cloth with a rose water or little neem paste spray, and try to dehead the branches after the blooming, and try to remove these yellow leaves from your plants, so that it will not get infected by the pest. So these are the simple tips you must follow at the time of buying the roses. Just because it looks quite good or beautiful in the nursery, it's not necessary it will grow well in your garden. So before buying it, just consider all these factors, whatever I've told in this video, and try to buy the roses with the healthy stems, and check for the bark and check for the stems. Don't buy with the dried up stems like this. Even if you find this dried up, you have to cut it off from over here and then plant it. And don't keep this type of overbloomed or this, you have to remove it. And whenever you are going to cut off the roses after blooming it, at least cut after the third leaf. See, first, second and third. From here you have to cut it off. Okay, I hope you all like this video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.